The morning before the game, now England have won about a final match. Honestly speaking, many surprised that Chelsea share Nottingham Forest. But I was surprised at how Chelsea played and made it. What is it? Before we were going to go into it, we knew that Liverpool and Arsenal automatic. And we mentioned what I said for Man City. We don't think say or go away to Fulham or drop a point to Honor or share to qualify. And we can't depend on Man United to do a job on Villa for us. Because who could have predicted? Say first half, no, Emi Martinez made the red card and tilts the game fully to Manchester United. So it was something that we could not predict. The bigger question was that Chelsea air away to City ground, no? Would they be able to go and get a job done? And no, Chelsea need be NG. It's not because Oma qualify for Champions League. Chelsea need be NG is hinged on about 3 or 4 legs. One, when the season started, nobody ever gave Chelsea a chance. I can sample 20 analysts, including me. I'm here Chelsea. I didn't put Chelsea in the top 4. In fact, Mijina can say qualify for Europa. It's an added advantage. Now, Chelsea maybe I expect this because still it's in motion and a baby and engine. So that is where it's coming from. Again, Selobekaya, Eka about 10 games to go. Sa set of matches we reach. Obia Kache Chelsea said they can't beat Fulham away. Obia Kache Chelsea said Untimi shall inform Everton. Obia Kache Chelsea said Untimi shall Liverpool. Obia Kache Chelsea said Untimi Koshe Newcastle. Obia Kache Chelsea Untimi Shema United. And Obia Kache said final day at the Nottingham Forest City ground. No dear. Yebeku Nkra. So you understand why Chelsea fans and offer radio, offer TV, who be say Obia Sema sa. Ajumana Chelsea ayero. Me is so excited and we will celebrate it. Oko through England and nothing about in the dressing room. One videos and pictures of how a Chelsea fan celebrate your dressing room. It is not because Champions League no idea like club in Hubidao. It is because Enzo Maresca after the game. Meaning say what here? So voice now. Maresca catch English press and say F off. Oh. Andy Avama. Okay, English press and say F off. Almost be saying say now I say who players then yaji. Now also no need doubt there. Now more than they be almost sure na Chelsea nyade and na Chelsea team koshe. So I'm telling you to the doubters, F off in English. He said it. And you will be there. Yes, can Italian will be a translator by English. He said it in English. Say F off. And you could tell, say, emotions are left out of Chelsea for them. Which again, before we even come to the match, Unim said, sir, league finish where Chelsea I know. So we should table no sir. Liverpool 84 points. Chelsea on that fourth was 69 points. Chelsea is 15 points off Liverpool. This is the very first time since Antonio Conte winning league, Chelsea are closest to the winner. Last season, Arsenal this second, not Chelsea the next almost 30 plus points. Season Chelsea did 12 no more than first place 30 plus points. And since 2013-2014, barring a season at Chelsea electric trophy, this is the closest Chelsea has gone to the top. Into a kind maybe Mbappe catch or say Chelsea team na before Senna third ball the team was not stable. Oji trophy and net, no akoda 8 and net, now the chan akoda 6 akra, no go say. And when they came in, on the plan they said they want a stable, sustainable Chelsea, a bit competing consistently to win trophies. In the almost every say Enzo Maresca say me team this is the first time. I say Potter by one Entimianye, Pochettino by Entimianye. Grand Potter about 12 sit and then they have that 12. It tells you that there has been real progress. Rich and away from that. And now Chelsea ball game new year. Record about Tony say Chelsea now the youngest Premier League side. So Chelsea team with
that one is true.
The youngest Premier League side. And your youngest Premier League side so could be 6 or could be 7 for our top 40. And Enzo Maresca said again. In fact, this morning Me check you on me update from the Athletic. Athletic catcher me say there is a picture of Enzo Maresca. Now after game, bro, this picture. Ojina dressing room on him. And so joining us on Facebook, you will use the picture to understand exactly what na Enzo Maresca catching in Rantiana. Rich, you see Enzo Maresca real dressing room up. And on starting so of what player videos who Levi Cole, what they saying also made 2020 BB. Who about for fun, what they saying 2020 BB. What the Malo goes to what they saying 2020 BB. Muka say 2 seasons ago. Muka about cup final. Gary never wants to TV catch him say muye blue £1 billion bottle jobs ana almost say ani. Muka say catch him say muye nkran and nkran team qualifying for Champions League almost say ani. No say me catch him when they be na me catch him. A mentality near the bobo and you age. And once we've delivered in the most hostile ground, we've gotten the job done. Which again in a post-match press conference. On Enzo Maresca say I say Nigeria too much. And I say and Nigeria too much. Oh, Man City lose to City ground. Arsenal Ebo City ground. I think Liverpool should drop a point. City ground. I'm
gonna share. I'm saying this season, I'm
going to say Liverpool.
I'm going to share Liverpool. I want Anfield. Obi to share Liverpool.
Exactly. And all calm say this is the same team. And when it matters most, they more dinner no. Ya baba boni ekome ya pon. Musi yami ninja. Musi yami celebrate because and a Champions League. Fine. You see, the argument of my boss the Lali at Simon will always accept it because Arsenal for the day. For them, Chelsea, but that time is over. Next season, we'll come after them. This
is good fellow has said good fellow, good morning, my Jesso. Na I say me tiana me make us a Chelsea nkobo brebia. Also catch them me. Say Chelsea Champions League no mun come make up the numbers o. Ba mun kwachi. Chelsea will win the Champions League. Na go vinia ma me nu aya me yanie. De di kan. De amana semi pa Champions League na mun kobo bi ni yese. Sem TV e chipa Champions League.
Now United ne.
Na me enkofo ya me da wo mu yi. Ejina TV so na me nkofo etifie. Ya Bob Brachen Kofi, and the ever trefia Homo TV so, and then number 1. Number 2, I say in Kofi, I qualify for Champions League. Or move better players, Papa or Europe now. And only near Mamma, and Mimpai Nan say, Kabi Binson and Kenya Champions League ball. Yen China ball, got COVID and Ranaki, got COVID be where they can talk times 2 times 3. Okopak is grenade. Now UEFA trouble, UEFA Champions League, more. Was Uncle Bonfro.
To be very honest.
Oh, but me to be honest, yes.
In the next few minutes, I want to do. I've always believed in Enzo Maresca, and I think so. Obi TV behind voice on Twitter and Facebook say, "Hey, at all last." I've always believed in Enzo Maresca as tactically or a top manager. And me Spanky Moon and Kwame Chip more. Yesterday I spoke to all of them and make a chance say, "Oh, they may be Bremiana because they be a Chelsea for a few say Maresca Beye and then Maresca Beye missing out to was which and now I think Maresca reminded Yen also Italian manager and reminded me a lot of us who analyze him and his job. They say, Fifi, Mono, you are just radio and TV talkers. So sometimes when you speak on radio and TV, I exercise some restraint kakra. Which me can say before the game on Saturday. Now me catch you say I don't know how Chelsea should start so much, and I was confused. I told you that the game was going to be hinged on 3 legs: the mental side of the game, the physical side of the game, and the tactical. And the minute we need to move more mental, and the tactical be a little bit less. Rich, when the lineup came, me want to check a firm if you can read with me from my fro. I didn't see Enzo Maresca and Lavia. In fact, before that, I had gone on Twitter and said, hey, Lavia is not starting. And I'm hearing emoji say, I say, yeah. To be very honest, I was worried. Very worried. But me catch up and say, like I always do, let me give Maresca the chance. Now me share the first 20 minutes to see what he wants to do with the lineup. Not the Aban. Rich, our starting lineup of Tosin Aderebiayo and Trevor Chalobah. Excellent game plan with Tosin because Nottingham Forest for no someone. And the only time that they could create chances were to spam in crosses from Ola Aina, Anthony Elangamo to try and find a branch of friend Chris Wood. Rich, to be very honest, I
watch it.
Every aerial ball be a buy, you know. Tossing Adria, you ate it.
Yeah.
Corner kicks, everything they were spot on. In fact, I added to my production say Abrantia, your friend of Bernardo Cueva and Emebonidi. On Chelsea for set piece coach. Chelsea for Kofani from Brentford last season. And I think that in the latter part of this season, we are very spot on with the defending of set pieces. And now it was very clear. Meaning, Pepe said Nottingham Forest for their plan was to head Chelsea from set place. Enzo Maresca'S decided to bench Trevor Chalobah and then bring in a branch friend Tosin Aderebiayo and add a branch friend Levi Cole. Which, for the fullbacks, I think that everybody understood that we needed to bring in Rhys James and a branch friend Marco Correa. See, there is a picture here. Meaning, say, I'm in Kwana Mihui. Abraham Chelsea for no ever every time on the mabano. Who is a rich? Nottingham Forest for any because I am a final home game no. And unti na omo de omo ma any omo nuanom any san yo manoma ni nyina ekito omo na omo de omo ba. So it was a nice time for them. Rich. Omo de come na ne to Chelsea for no so no. Michel Rhys James and him Enzo Fernandez. You could tell that now these boys are up for business today. And a hot na me start to say we say okay, maybe there is something that's going to go on the City ground. Rich, tactically, Enzo Maresca was the best manager on the day.
Yeah, a manager game very, very well.
Now, only the point that for me made sense no, was the fact that whilst everybody thought that Obe control the game with possession, no, when control the game with possession, and they be American same way say, in football, who makes to make control ball on the ball or without the ball. What Enzo Maresca did was that say Ukoko shared the data of Nottingham Forest before this game. All of the match be a Nottingham Forest one about omanya ball ni bebre they lose. Their best times are on transition, like we know. Any set pieces are man. So Enzo Maresca is okay, fine. And the end drop people like that. Niambo Maresca said, Niambo Enzo Fernandez. Then play Cole Palmer as the 10. Push Pedro Neto centrally here. Have Jadon Sancho as the La Porsa winger. Any branch friend Noni Madueke in there. Rich, this was the plan. So Ushe gave me there a few minutes. You realize that Chelsea patiently a slow down game no. Almost said that no more pre ball no. Almost said that no more kita ball no. To slow down and take a lot of stink out of Nottingham Forest for no play. And to make sure the ball be as long as possible. Into say not just for your ball especially in the few minutes. And in the first 15 minutes, I knew. Say okay, say Chelsea for me scale over the mental issue of the game. They will be fine. Which I think that was an excellent game plan.
Yeah.
Because maybe a mini UEFA license ain't here. Because for me, my first thought was that Chelsea control game with possession. Kita bono. But Uche Maresca after the game, or see Chelsea kita bono more. They would have probably made mistake because of the atmosphere. No? It's ball. Don't press. Allow them to have the ball. In breaking us down. Let's defend set place. Now we should stay in the game as long as possible. The openings will come. Rich, first half nenyefe.
Oh, Saturday Sammy Casher. I catch us a game near Koheno.
Yeah.
So got TV at Nazo Copper Fanga. Unya. Because two coaches no. Minim so be a catcher man and say, look, game near Cobono. That is yet to be in film. But a kid to be bad 20% out of the 100.
Yeah.
Their canina mentality. A Champions League near the Hunkomo. So ya Kisuda. Baby will be able dinner as the Champions League.
Yeah.
The Conoco Bonnet, Ian qualifying Copa Champions League. And as all two teams now, Ubia Bono Bono. Use the tactics Kakriebi, the Akanina and the catchers a massa. Bobono, share the Copa Champions League.
First half, and
only a coach in NTB or Koto to Papa.
And the problem was that how were Chelsea going to score in the first half? So, Obi Oshebo ni be catch us in the first half. Pedro Neto na was center forward or na infa. And again in the second half, I love Enzo Maresca again for the tweaks. Opushi Pedro Neto back onto the wings. And Opuli Abantia your friend Jadon Sancho as the false number 9 centrally. Rich. And at the aggression of Pedro Neto, press, counter press, won the ball quickly, and at Chelsea this year I'll go now. Which I don't know if this is for every Chelsea fan, but time I call a ball to meant me and celebrate.
Why?
I could not believe it.
Someone should go.
Because I'm saying be offside. It's in my mute me celebrations no. But today now me yes in my dreams be offside. They're checking replayer, no offside. Levi Cole has, in fact, even for Levi Cole, he could not celebrate that much. Or Korea no could Chelsea fans then he will be in himself Jude Bellingham. He knew that you're too good to be true. But that was from the counter press of our branch friend Pedro Neto from wide areas, cutting across, and then of course Levi Cole. Rich. Levi Cole, a young boy from the Chelsea Academy. I know that it means so much to him. Or starting with Chelsea at age 9. At certain point of this season, he has captained the club before. Maybe people said he wasn't good enough. When Chelsea needed somebody to stand up and then get a goal for the club, he came from a branch of Chelsea Academy, which is a branch of friend in Levi Cole. And I think that it was a brilliant night. Enzo Maresca, after that game management, I want to make us he reminded Obi also the Italian manager. Or they Kenneth Drisby Hall, but no, I tried to do Drisby Hall and say, Drisby Hall do park and say, Yambo 5-4-1. Now I say, Kai Yapon 5-4-1 to control the game and reach. Everybody was excited from Todd Bowley, Baghdad Degbali, Lawrence Stewart, Paul Winstanley, Joe Schultz. Everybody was excited. And Moise Caicedo won a 38th game of the season, the very first time since Abantia friend Moises Caicedo, the only midfielder since Abantia, your friend Frank James Lampard, waiting for Chelsea Football Club, and now Mandem FC back into the Champions League. But on Wednesday, your Belgian Conference League, and then we'll come back here, come and give you an exciting time against Betis. And Mr. said, then I'm the better. So what I know is that your Belgian Betis,
at least there was a team budget conference. Oh, say Ntimi Anya see.
Remember 500 cities on there.
What's more Ntimi Anya?
Remember 500 cities on
there. So Charles Ntimi Anya Betis on Wednesday.
Over 1,000.
Oh, nyamete. Me what time man?
Unica parent, my main children was 500 and 1,000. Then I'll pay. Get me and your mouth.
Say na beti me.
Physical cash here, minimum bank is on. Make us a minimum of 5. 2,000 be too much for you. Why don't you mean? So
okay, pay 2K.
Over 2,000. Obi da ma you were.
I think I'm going to go. What did I hope 2
Now, I
think I is so gunning.
I'm for Chelsea boys now be Tiama.
Why?
Oh, Mama me cast it.
Why there's so be chess can them.
Fellow say bet me, bet me.
Ain't sit that.
Or this kind of man.
Or send them by message and now. So, President Kumabodi has all you better this guy. Can you feel about the only no babies can free up on Tessa who fabric jacket. You might come be debating dinner. And ask them to talk. Now, says for a yard, you Facebook. Okay, now saying a is a gabon nibios and one be in the videos. Elikiano and my Guinea. Also, send. I say, my cosa.
Bataza.
And since we are now,
I did what's our qualifier?
As I cross a year to a guinea. All right,
Liverpool is very renewed.
Yeah, I'm on to number 1. Oh, say no, what did league? But
no, Crystal Palace is what I share FA Cup Naji. On the quite an Indian and saying, I want to Monsaboa.
So I was a Liverpool from Germany.
Oh, much in part of saying, actually, Liverpool pay a fee. Shena Crystal Palace. Oh, I was disappointed. And then Norwegian leagues, there are still some games there. When it's a football there, it doesn't finish. Even as the major leagues, we'll give you the codes. Uko fikesi man wako try because nipa yeska. H and a bo a radio auto greens in pie gu ye coat so. Say ene by you na ye green. Kama pa. And my first school no a 1E97 E030. Second one here 1E97 D756. Third one here 1E97 E830. Fourth one here 1E97 D3A9. And the last one here 1E97 EB67. Charlie.
Okay. So the money is Champions League is a baby boom.